this one loose too?
It wasn't Harper, and she seems genuinely interested in this guy.
You gonna tell me who you're talking to, or do I have to ask?
Don't know, I have to tell you every single time somebody wants to text me.
I was only asking to see if your friend from high school had gotten back to you about your reunion.
It was Mallory, and I don't want your opinion on this matter.
Of course you don't, because that would require facing your past. Why do that when running and hiding is so much easier?
That's not fair, and you know it. I'm not hiding from my past, I just don't see a reason to go back.
I don't know, Emma. Maybe because you can't move forward.
You have no idea what you're talking about. It didn't happen to you, so how can you be so sure that what you think is the right answer?
Because what is the alternative? You and I stay dating? We're not even doing that. We just sit here in this house, tiptoeing around each other.
If you hate being here so much, then leave. Or I will.
Just stop. For a minute?
Just let me go. I'll text Harper and tell her not to come anymore, and I'll stay at her place tonight.
Why can't you just talk to me?
Austin, it's been 10 years.
And it still has you so worked up that you can't go to your own high school reunion?
We're meeting for dinner on Friday, and we're gonna meet the families on Saturday. Can't you see that's why I just can't go? Do you want me to tell Harper not to come?
No. It wasn't on purpose. Not entirely. Wait, can we please just talk about this?
There isn't enough time.
It's never enough time.
It's not true. We've talked about this all day today.
We haven't talked at all. I've been doing all the talking, and you haven't answered any of my questions.
I don't have the answers you want, so what's the point?
The point is, we're in a relationship. That means two people. Give and take. I feel like I'm the only one who's giving, the only one that's caring. Listen, Emma, we've been best friends since college, and I know what you've gone through. But if I can't help you, maybe we're just not meant to be.
You have helped me. I just don't know if this is something I can ever get past. And asking that of you is unfair. I don't want to lose you as a friend.
Always be friends. Is that about what I said the other day?
About finding him?
Yeah. Maybe finding him is the only way to get past this.
I haven't spoken to him in 10 years. I wouldn't even know what to say to him.
Start with the truth.
Oh yeah, and what would that sound like? He's probably married and has a family. I can't.
So what? So you're just stuck here in limbo, never moving forward?
Maybe that's the price I'm supposed to pay.
You didn't do anything wrong.
And how would you feel if that was you, and I didn't tell you?
You were young, Emma, and confused. No one's gonna blame you for waiting a week or even a few weeks.
He had the right to know. It was his child too. Let's just table this for right now. I don't want to ruin Harper's first date with this guy.
Fine.
Oh, hey! Look at you.
Not looking so bad yourself. Need any help?
Yeah, got this. You can just grab the salad bowl for me. What did you bring? It smells so good.
Apple pie. It's my favorite.
So I should probably give you a heads up about my friends.
A heads up.
Well, they're not serial killers or anything, but there could be a chance that they're not speaking to each other.
Relationship issues?
You could say that. They've always been really good friends, just maybe not the best of couple.
There you guys are, and on time. As close to it as you would be.
I come bearing food, and this is Jace.
Jace, nice to meet you. Let me take this from you. Here comes Emma.
Harper. Em. I want you to meet Jace.
You even brought your favorite, Em. Apple pie. Hey.
Sorry.
You okay, Em?
Yeah, just a bit of a klutz today. I'll go put this in the kitchen.
Mine too.
Maybe you should pour the wine.
Alright.
Would anybody like any appetizers?
Anyone like some wine as well?
Actually, I don't drink.
Really?
Water's fine.
Excuse me. You want some ice at least?
I'm good.
I'll go get you that. You guys make yourself comfortable.
Is everything okay?
Same as usual.
Well, I told Jay, so if he needs to go, we can.
Well, nothing's gonna change if you leave. So you might as well stay. It'd be a good distraction. And I know I could use one. Everything okay in there? I'll go check on her.
I'm sorry, I was hoping they wouldn't be fighting. This could be a really weird first date.
It's not a problem. What's wrong with them?
Growing pains. They've been together since college, and Austin wants to move forward, but Em wants to take it a lot slower. I'm not sure.
Not sure.
Well, I love them both, but they've just always seemed better off as friends than anything else, you know?
Friendships and relationships can be easily confused.
Would you guys like any salad? You give me your bowls, I promise not to dump it on you.
So Harper, are you still working or you decided to just drop that?
Well, actually, I just got a promotion, 40 hours a week.
Wow, it's like yesterday you were working 8 hours a week.
Oh my god, yesterday you were... Are you sure you're feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling fine. Just out of sorts. So, you guys just met. Harper hasn't had a chance to tell us all about you.
Sorry I would have called, but we really did just meet the other day. I was going to the courthouse to pay off my parking fine.
You still haven't paid that off? They're gonna suspend your license.
Well, they did suspend it.
Harper, what are you going to do?
Okay, well, it's not suspended anymore, thanks to this handsome guy. He got them to let me pay for it, and I walked out a free woman.
As long as she promises to never let her parking tickets go that late again.
Lucky. So what do you do, Jace? Work for the clerk of courts?
I'm a lawyer.
I mean, he looks like a lawyer.
I mean, I guess he kind of does look like a lawyer. It still was a good guess.
So, what do you guys do?
I'm an EMT and Emma is an elementary school teacher.
Elementary. You teach the young ones. I always thought it'd be easier to teach the older kids.
Well, Em has always loved the little ones.
Always. Never any desire to teach the older ones?
Not since high school.
So let me get this straight. He breaks you out of jail and you decide to go on a date?
I was hardly going to jail.
But that's probably what would have happened knowing you.
What is that supposed to mean?
How long did it take you to pay off that parking ticket? Knowing you, you would have just driven home even if they told you your license was suspended.
Well, of course I would have driven home. How else would I have gotten there?
You can't drive when your license is suspended.
Okay, well, that's just stupid. Can we just talk about something else?
Now you just sound like Emma, changing the subject even when you're wrong.
What does that mean? Just because I don't have the answers you want to hear doesn't make me wrong.
That's dinner. I'll get it.
I'll go check on him and help.
No, I'll go.
No, give yourself a second.
Well,
Didn't know you were her date.
that was obvious. I didn't know much about her really, so I didn't know about you either.
We probably should have told them. I was just in so much shock I didn't know what to say.
Seems like you've got a lot going on.
I'm assuming she told you about Austin and I.
She did mention it.
Well, I'm glad to see you followed your dreams and became a lawyer.
I did. What about you, Em? I thought you wanted to teach high school. Why elementary?
I guess as I got older, the little ones needed me more.
I'm sure they're lucky to have you.
So, I got a text from Mallory the other day, and again tonight. Can you believe they're already planning our 10-year reunion?
Yeah, I saw that.
You're not going to go?
Why would I want to go back to high school, Emma? Nothing but bad memories.
They weren't all bad.
It's funny because from where I'm sitting, I can't remember the good, just the bad.
That's not fair to you or to me.
I don't think you want to talk about fair. Not with me.
But your life is so great. You followed your dreams and became a lawyer.
10 years, Emma. Do you know what that means? Do you even remember?
Jace, hey.
This smells delicious. I can't wait to eat it.
Thanks. I hope it didn't burn. Kind of left it in a bit longer than we should have.
I think it looks perfect.
Thanks.
Sorry I snapped at you.
Sorry for leaving you guys out here. We almost dropped the pasta, taking it out of the oven. I guess we're all a bit clumsy today.
It's fine. Emma was just telling me about her high school reunion.
You have a high school reunion coming up?
10 years.
Are you gonna go? I wouldn't think you'd want to go back.
Really? Why wouldn't you want to go back? Must be plenty of good memories to relive.
Good opportunity to clear the air.
Clear the air.
You know, old memories.
I don't think this is appropriate to talk about. Poor Jace must be lost.
He is.
I'm sorry, just has old high school drama with an ex-boyfriend.
10 years later, and you still have drama with your high school sweetheart? It sounds like one of them needs to move on.
I'm sure it's easy for some people to move on, but this was a special circumstance.
Oh, I see, special. So, he must have broken up with her.
Why do you assume that?
Well, why would she still be upset if she had broken up with him?
Well, there are always extenuating circumstances when there comes to breakups, especially in high school.
I don't know. It seems pretty simple. You either want to be with the person or you don't.
Life is never that simple.
It is. Unless you make things more difficult. Plenty of high school sweethearts make it without having to break up to see what they're missing.
Well, Em's situation is different.
I'm sure we bored Jason long enough with this conversation. Let's talk about you two.
You're not boring me. On the contrary, I'm very interested.
Did you have a bad breakup, Jace?
You could say that. I think it's interesting, isn't it, to hear a woman's perspective on breaking up. It's funny how they always forget their part in it.
Well, I hardly think that's a fair statement. As a woman, I take full responsibility for the breakups, when they are my fault. But sometimes they're not.
That's true. But when they are your fault.
Then I'll own up to them. But I don't go around carrying responsibility for them. We all make mistakes. Or are you the type of man that never makes a mistake? Is that what happened in your last relationship?
It was not my last relationship. But I was broken up with by a woman who made the choice.
And you disagreed with her choice.
She wanted to see who else was out there. Apparently, I was not enough.
Ouch, well, I could see that would be upsetting. So are you over her then?
Over and done. Finished. But it appears she is still holding on to our relationship.
She's still holding on?
Well, I like to think that she just feels guilty for having broken up with you that way.
She's not the person I thought she was.
Sucks, did you guys date for long?
For too many years.
And she just broke up with you one day for someone else.
She didn't say that there was someone else. Just that she wanted to see if there was someone else.
Maybe if you dug a little further, you would have found out the real reason.
But then I would have had to have cared.
To be honest, Jace, it seems that you're not over this breakup at all. I mean, how long ago was it?
I'm willing to bet it was 10 years ago. It's nice to meet you, Jason. I've heard a lot about you.
I can explain.
No. I think I understand what's going on here.
Well, I'm glad you do because I'm lost. So will someone please explain to me what's going on?
Harper, meet Emma's high school sweetheart, Jason.
When did you guys know?
We didn't know.
So you're Jason. Oh, well, it's finally nice to meet you. We've heard a lot about you.
Well, you know a lot more about me than I do you. Because I haven't heard anything in 10 years.
Well, you can start by being a little more polite to Emma.
You know, I think it might just be best to end this evening here, before anyone says something they might regret.
Oh, buddy, you have no idea about regrets.
What's that supposed to mean?
Maybe you should ask Emma.
Enough, please! Austin, Harper, you can't be mad at him, you know that.
Actually, I don't know anything of the sort.
Listen, I know she's your girlfriend and all, but she's probably planning on breaking up with you as we speak. And trust me, I've known her a lot longer and she's not worth it.
Austin!
He needs to leave.
Austin, you were the one who told me to talk to him.
Well, that's before he talked to you like that.
He doesn't know. For all he knows, I left him for you. Tell me you wouldn't be angry that if the woman that you loved was standing right in front of you in love with another man.
Don't you see, Emma? I am that man.
Austin, I don't...
Don't say you don't love him, because you do. And I know you love me too, but what you two have, it never ended. And I know you tried to end it. But not because you wanted to, but because you had to. I know there could not have been anything between us if you hadn't confronted him.
And now I've hurt you.
No. We're friends. We'll always be friends. It's what we've been for the past 2 years. Just friends. And I'm okay with that.
I don't even know if Jason will even want to hear the truth.
I gave him a lot of credit before I saw him. Now I don't even know if he's worthy of you. I'll hold my judgment until you tell him, but Em, you have to tell him. You weren't wrong before, but he has the right to know.
Should have just left as soon as I got here and realized.
And why didn't you?
You're the ones keeping me here, or I'd be gone.
If you're a shred of the man that I heard about, then no one could keep you somewhere you didn't want to be. So let's just save us both the trouble and admit that you're curious about what she has to say.
What makes you think I care? Or will believe what she has to say?
Because it's 10 years later and you're still angry. People who don't care about someone don't stay this angry. You're still in love with her.
I don't know if that's true.
Alright, I'll give you that. Maybe you don't know that you're still in love with her, but you do still care. And I'm willing to bet that you'd want to know what happened 10 years ago because you're human, and because at the very least you do still care about her. And you did love her at one point.
It might just be better for the both of us if I leave.
Not for her. She hasn't been able to move past what happened between you two. Since we are here on our first date, and you're not married, then I would dare to say you haven't moved past it either. I mean, what will it hurt to hear her out? I mean, at the end, you will finally get to know the truth, and then from there, you guys can move forward together. Or not.
Harper, can I get your help in here? We'll be in here if you guys need us.
You've got some loyal friends. Then again, you were always good at getting people to look out for you.
I understand that you're angry and that's why you're acting like this.
I don't know what I'm still doing here. I should have just left when I saw you and realized.
I've thought about this moment for the last 10 years. If we would still be angry, or if we were even married even. Never thought that you would show up here on my best friend's first date.
I can't sit here and reminisce with you. I wasn't lying, Emma, when I said that all I see when I look back is the day you broke up with me. It plays over and over in my head.
I was young. We were young.
We're not that old now.
We were just babies then. Do you remember graduation night?
You're talking about the accident?
Yeah. I didn't remember much of that night, but as the years went by, pieces started slowly coming back to me.
It's been the same for me. I remember before, Greg and I were waiting on you and Lisa to get out of the house so we could leave.
We wanted to say goodbye to Anna because she was leaving for college the next morning. We didn't want to wake up any earlier. I always wondered if we had left right away or got up in the morning, if the car would have missed us.
You can't ever know that.
I guess not. Do you see him?
I used to. For the longest time on our anniversary, I'd go and see if he lived in that same house.
I couldn't bear to see him and be reminded of what we all lost that night.
Some good did come from it. Lisa's parents' scholarship has sent 2 kids to college.
And you became a prosecutor.
I'll make sure and prosecute every drunk driving case I can.
That should bring me some sort of peace, but I still have nightmares. I can still hear the wheels and the smell of the rubber. I have something I have to tell you. It has to do with the reason of why I broke up with you.
And if I don't want to hear it?
And then that would be your choice.
And you could live with that.
I would have to, wouldn't I? I'm not going to force what I have to say onto you. And maybe you're better off not knowing, but I should have told you a long time ago.
Tell me. But I can't promise it's going to change how I feel about you now.
Do you remember when we left graduation? We were going to Anna's, before Greg and Lisa had called for a ride. I told you I needed to talk to you.
You were gonna break up with me then?
No, I was never planning on breaking up with you. Actually, the opposite. I wanted us to get married.
It's a little hard to believe when less than 24 hours later you were breaking up with me for the idea of some mystery man.
There was never any mystery, man.
Then why, Emma? Why wasn't I enough?
You were enough.
Then why throw it all away? I tried to talk to you, but...
I couldn't talk to you. I was afraid if I did.
What? Break my heart? End us? What?
Destroy you like it did me.
I can't keep playing these games, Emma. Either you tell me or I leave. To Austin and Harper, I said thank you. I'm sure they'll understand why I left.
I was pregnant.
What?
I was pregnant graduation night. I was pregnant with our baby. I wanted to make sure I would be okay, that you wouldn't have to give up school. I wanted to make sure I could make it while you were away. Being a lawyer meant everything to you. So I waited. I told my mom and dad, and I was going to tell you graduation night, but then Greg and Lisa had called for a ride, and I figured we had all the time in the world. I never thought about
The accident.
the accident.
You lost it?
I did. They did a test and they told me it was gone. There had been no trace left of the baby. It had been so little, it was just gone. I had to tell myself I hadn't been dreaming the last few weeks, but I knew it was there because suddenly I felt empty.
Why didn't you tell me?
I had known about the baby for 2 weeks, and I had mourned its loss, but at least I had known. I never gave you the chance. I thought you would hate me or never look at me the same.
I wouldn't have looked at you differently. I would have been more furious than I already was with the drunk driver, but I wouldn't have looked at you differently. I would have mourned with you.
I should have known that.
You should have.
Jason, I'm sorry.
Could you?
I knew she was there.
She?
Yeah. I could see you playing with her and staring down any boyfriend she didn't like.
She would have had hair just like her mom.
And been smart like her dad. This is what I missed.
What?
Being able to talk to you. I talked with my parents and a therapist, even years later, Austin Harper, but the only person I ever wanted to talk about it was with you.
I wish you had. Things would be different.
You wouldn't hate me.
No, I don't hate you, Em. Even when I was most angry, I didn't hate you. I missed you.
Are you still angry?
No. I was honestly happy to be arguing with you, even if it was undercover.
What now? Are you going to leave?
What do you want me to do?
Well, we could have dessert. It was my birthday yesterday. I remember 28 felt like a million years away.
I remember our moms watching those sappy Lifetime movies and crying because the main characters didn't end up together.
I remember my mom said that we were going to get married one day. What were we, 8?
I thought you guys were crazy. Your mom, my mom, even you. I just wanted to get out of there, so I promised our moms if we were single at 28, I'd marry you.
Why 28?
Because it felt like a million years away. And it was my favorite Red Sox player's number.
How romantic.
I was 8. I thought Pinky swearing to marry you was about as romantic as we were gonna get.
True. I guess we should let Austin and Harper know that it's safe to come back in. Austin, Harper?
Everything okay? You okay?
We're okay.
And he knows?
And I don't have to hit him in the face again?
I'd rather you not, but it was a good right hook.
So, you're friends? You know, someone once told me friendships and relationships can be easily confused.
Must have been a pretty smart person.
Guess we'll have to see.
Did I hear mention of a cake?
Oh, that's right. It was Emma's birthday a couple days ago. 28 years old.
Okay, well then I think we should celebrate. You know, in 2 more years you'll be 3 decades old. Who knows what would be going on then?
We'll get the cake.
Wait, we should probably eat it in the kitchen. The way this night's been going, you'll probably end up on the floor.
Do you have candles? Do you have a lighter?
Wait, Emma, give me a second.
What is it?
I would have gone to the reunion.
But you said...
I would have gone to see you. I thought maybe if I saw you, I'd know that I was over you and I could move on, but after tonight, I knew I couldn't.
Jason.
It must have been awful to lose Lisa and the baby.
It was awful, but the worst part was losing you. I've tried to fill the void over and over again, but I've hurt people, good people. There will never be anybody but you.
I don't want to play games, Emma. I don't want to start over. I want you. I want us.
Give me your pinky.
Emma.
Give me your pinky. Promise to never leave me again.
Never.